What's up?
Hello.
Hey,
What's going on, y'all?
it's Friday and spring break is over, so I'm sad.
That's real sad. We don't even give spring break to like week after.
Yep. That's okay because I got 5 days off coming up. I don't even care.
Yeah.
5 whole days.
Well, that's good because you definitely need some days off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you do.
it's been a long week.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you got some rest coming to you. What else y'all got going on? I'm gonna have to put my spectacles on tonight because
Brown liquor. I ain't mixed it with nothing. I just got my brown liquor this week.
Oh, so it's been that kind of week. Okay.
right, amen.
It
Okay,
has. It has. It
let's just
has.
move on with the order of business when we start
Hmm.
talking about that. Just okay then. We'll it's just me and my tulips today.
I was gonna say they
They,
pretty.
they are so pretty.
I'm trying to keep myself happy by having live flowers in the house, and then y'all know I have. So I had. Let me tell you a quick story that we could get on into this
This
chicken.
mess.
Um, let me just tell y'all. So I started trying to plant things
Okay.
last year during the pandemonium,
Mhm.
panorama. And I've done quite a good job. But then what had happened was when the weather changed, then I panicked. I didn't know what to do. Like, how do you keep your plants going after, when the weather changed? I brought them in the house. Some of them passed away. Some of them went dormant. And so I got a poinsettia, as the people call it, for Christmas. And all the leaves fell off. And I was like,
Hold on. You done killed the poinsettia?
girl, I didn't know. I didn't know what was going on. So how about I was like, you know what? I'm not throwing anything away. I'm gonna keep everything in the pot. And I went back to it about a week ago. And I went through everything and like clipped off all the dead ends. And I said, I'm gonna put it outside and see maybe sitting it outside will wake it back up. Why is it sprouting again?
Okay, well that's good. That's good.
Me
I
have
am
just been
proud.
dead.
I am proud of myself because I'm like, I got a green thumb. I just need to find it. So
How about this? Have you ever killed a cactus?
yes. Yes, I have. Yes.
Oh, okay.
What?
I don't feel bad because I just had to throw my aloe vera plant in the garbage, 'cause, baby.
Whoa, hold
The leaves,
on.
the leaves was this color, y'all. The
What
leaves
are
was
you
this
kill?
color, and it
You
was
know
just
what that
in
is?
the plant.
Had you changed out the dirt and then just leave it alone, it would have resprouted.
You
Cause
see how she looking though? She wasn't
I,
committed to that cactus, not
I
for
see
real.
that. And it felt that from you. It felt that from you. And I'm gonna just tell you. It was like you don't even want to be here with me because I had an aloe that did it was starting to do this. And I was like,
Oh
come on.
damn.
So I put it in the garage where because the sun hits the inside of the garage directly. I stopped watering it at all. And now it's starting to perk back up. So
What?
If you water them too much, they get root
they will
rot.
die. They
Cause
get
they, yeah. Cause don't
yeah.
they hold water or something? I don't know nothing about
Yep.
no plants. Don't listen to
Mine,
me.
The
yeah,
aloe
mine
vera
died.
plant, because it's a succulent, you only like take a mister, like the same thing you would spray your hair with, like the spray bottles, and you just every once in a while you just give it a little bit of water. It doesn't need a whole lot. It'll take care of itself. It'll let you know when it needs water.
Oh, well, child, she probably was screaming at me for a whole time, like, "Hey, broad,
This she
and
said I gave it no moisture at all.
The ma'am,
It was just
may I see
dry.
you for a moment? May I have a moment of your time?
look, I done drowned her a few times, child. I was abusive and didn't even know it.
You
Wow.
some mother. You didn't know. That's okay. They come back to you though. They'll find their way back to you. That's happening.
Mm-mm.
Anyway, all right, y'all. Let's go. We're gonna do this because we 9 minutes and 38 seconds in. That
Mm-mm.
tells y'all we ain't finna be on it. We're not gonna tarry, even though I got 73,000 bullet points on what I sent y'all.
You do.
But But we're gonna talk about all of them for like less than a minute because it really wasn't that important. I want to just say overall for this episode, Dr. Viviana could have just stayed the hell at home. The only thing that she might have been helpful about was the situation with Ryan and Clara. And I felt like still, and y'all can say whatever y'all want to say, and the rest of y'all, she can come on here and tell me. But I feel like Dr. Viviana a lot of times skews toward men to make them and their egos feel better and not really hit the actual, topic. And I feel that way around a lot of these shows where they're like, well, we don't want to emasculate the men, but I'm like, y'all have no problem with making women feel bad about their feelings.
And looking bad on national TV.
Right.
Look.
Right. And the only thing, because my thing is, the only other thing that I had a problem with was as soon as Haley came up with one tear that we still didn't actually see, then all of a sudden it was, oh, you felt so bad. So, Anyway, other than that, let's go ahead and get started. To see this is day 24, week 3, day 24. They've been moved in 2 weeks. We start the whole thing with Eric and Virginia. I'm gonna blow myself up over here with all this stuff on.
Your homeowner's insurance is paid up, right?
And warranty. And warranty.
And warranty. Okay. I just want to make sure.
Baby, that insurance don't do nothing. But that warranty, they be coming out, you know what, $75 get you together. All right, cool, got you.
I got legal still. I got lawyers for you. So
hey, listen, I might need to call them because I'm setting myself on fire. My fellow look at it.
Oh yeah, you was gonna burn the house down.
I don't know whoever y'all look. Tell your ancestors go home. But anyway, tell your ancestors go home. We ain't doing this tonight. So Eric and Virginia, this is where they open in. So Eric is talking to Virginia and she's like, yeah, I'm going through my emails, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And she tells him, oh, my password is, I guess, whatever the dog's name is. She's
I hope to God she changed it. You told America.
Right, because I was like, first of all, please tell me there are some numbers and exclamation points and whatnot in this as well. But she's pretty open. She's trying to show him that she trusts him. So she's telling him all this stuff. And then, he kind of looks at her like, oh, okay. And she's like, do you have problems sharing passwords? And you can kind of see you can see the gears turning in his brain. Like, I don't want to share that. But they have a discussion about sharing things. And he finally goes, I don't care, I don't do anything. And I'm like, yeah, you're lying. But everything about him lies to me. But it does. Y'all, he is something about Eric I still don't like, other than we'll get to that other part. Anyway, so she's talking about, do you have a problem with social media, like how you interact? Do you have a problem with me texting my friends? Hey, can you just take this out of here? Because I'm going to and turn the fan up. Thank you. It's hot.
She's gonna die.
Blew up my room. Outside.
She's gonna die.
Yeah, because they just lit up. They just lit up like I was at a bonfire. But so they're sharing passwords. They're talking about, the thing that bothers me about Eric is that he's so, even though he says he's open, you can tell that there's just not very much stuff that he's really open to.
No.
And he keeps trying to mask it as though, this is just a thing for me. This is who I am. And people like that typically think that everybody else should change for them, but they shouldn't do much changing. Yeah. So he said he had a problem with, if she likes an ex's picture on social media. And I was like, who got time to check that? Boo.
He do. We done already explained who Eric is. He's up there in the Lifetime movie wall. I'm telling you. Scott Peterson in disguise. Listen.
But though. But he do look like Scott Peterson. He do look like Scott Peterson. And I'm like, girl, don't have no babies with this dude.
Don't.
And he is
have one baby with him.
Want some cheering. And she
don't have a cactus with him.
Really?
Hide your cats. Hide your cats and your dog.
Hide your cats, hide your dogs, because this one right here crazy. What y'all think about that though?
I guess maybe because I'm single, my password is my password, your password is your password, and what I decide I want to share with you, that's what I'll share. It's not about whether or not I trust you or you trust me. I'm still an individual. I'm still a person. I was a whole adult before I met you. So do you really need it? Like, what's the point? Unless it's like in the case of emergency or something like that, I'll share what you need to know for those situations. But my password to my social media, I'm gonna need you to your life.
That's mine. It really bothers me when I see, and that ain't none of my business, but when I see married couples who have a social media page together, y'all ain't got no business together. Y'all ain't pushing no brand. Why got to be Pookie and Kilolo? Don't nobody want that. And then if I comment on something, here go Kilolo. You don't be liking my man. What, girl? Y'all got a page together. Like, stop. Like, all of that bothers me. I agree with I agree that listen, I can't share things. Like when I stopped dating a guy because he wanted to see my phone. You pay no bills over here, son. So yeah. Well, I want to see your phone. I don't know what deep city issues you're dealing with, but what I'm gonna do is exit stage left because I saw this movie and at the end of the movie I'm dead and I ain't got time for none of that. So insecurity is not cute. It's just not.
On the other side of that, I guess my husband is the computer guy. So he fixes everything, updates everything, for me because I can do technology, but if I don't have to, I let him do it.
You want to, yeah.
So there's a list. He has it. If you go looking for something and you find it, you just find it, bro. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, there's nothing there, but still, you got to go deep dive. Go ahead, hurt your own feelings. That way, I don't know what to tell you about that, but it's not that big of a deal. Like, whatever. I have no secrets around here. But if you just got to make something out of nothing, then there you go.
Yeah. Now I remember this, like when we first, I guess, moved back here. For us, a point, we had one cell phone, but that's because that's all we could afford.
Yeah. And that's okay. That's understandable.
Right, but as soon as we got to a point where we can afford 2 cell phones, then there was no more sharing thing. But we never shared social media. I don't care to know passwords to anything. Like, I don't know the password to any of his devices. I don't care to know them either. Because why? Here's one. I got my own.
Right.
Look at that. Look how that works. And you know what? I don't even know where my phones are half the time.
So how you gonna keep up with his?
How the hell I'm gonna keep up with his when half the time I'm like, y'all call my phone.
Right.
I can't find
my computer to go and do to find my phone because I done lost it somewhere. It's in the closet. I don't have time
under the bed, in the refrigerator.
I've done that. I literally have left my phone in the fridge.
My phone had been in the car, in my purse in the car somewhere because I was somewhere and I was like, I don't feel like carrying all of this. So I put it up where it can't be seen. And by the time I got home, like it had been a whole weekend. I'm like, damn, ain't nobody called me. Why do I get your phone?
Girl. No lie. I found my phone in the washing machine one time and it was fine. And the other time I found it in the freezer and Mitchell was just like, so are we freezing calls? What's happening? So I mean, and that's the thing. I think that, for me, I've always been, I feel like I gotta have something that's me. Yeah. And to constantly, and I feel like it's micromanaging. So for me, That's too much. You don't need my passwords. What do you need
You
to know?
don't.
What do you need to know? I'll tell you.
I tell you.
Um, Half the time my computer's left up anyway. If you really want to be nosy, just look on the screen. The shit up there. Half the time I'm cussing folk out in the inbox. So have at it. Um, but the other thing is, if your trust issues are that deep seated, then you need to really check yourself and see why is it that you feel like you need to do all this when it
Yeah.
comes to a mate, because if they haven't given you a reason to not trust them. And just even past that, if you naturally don't trust people, then that's your issue and not theirs.
Yeah.
And
Right.
you should
Absolutely.
forcing people to do, like, I don't even have I don't even care to check my kids' phones. I pay those bills. I'll check them every once in a while, for fun. But like, really, do I care that you talking to 500 million people playing this same ass game on Twitch? Really? I don't want to play. I don't want to be a part of it. So at this point, you give them the tool. With kids, you give them the tools, you give them the boundaries. It's up to them to keep stay within those boundaries or overstep. That's gonna be on them. It's just same thing with your spouse or your significant other. You tell them what you're willing to accept and what you're not willing to accept. They're gonna tell you what works for them and what doesn't work. Y'all gonna meet
Right.
somewhere in the middle. But guess what? You sure as hell ain't gonna control nobody for real by having
Mm-mm.
passwords and being on their phone. But like you said, you go looking for something,
You
you
gonna
gonna
find it.
eventually
I'll
find it.
find something.
So that's your business and whatever, and we'll keep on going. So,
My father.
Dr. Viviana,
Oh, girl.
she went on her tour today, this week, this time, and
I don't
she
like her.
she,
Period.
yeah, I'm not fond of her. She's not
I
my
don't like
favorite.
her. I don't
Um,
like her.
she goes to visit all the couples. She starts with Brianna and Vincent. And what she decided to do was talk to them about things. It was funny because she was like, "So how's it going?" And they're talking, and Vincent's like, "Yeah, she's the perfect person, and we like to be silly together." She was like, pause, back up, skirt, wait a minute." So that ain't really what I've been hearing, that the silly time's been fun. Sound like y'all been
I,
having a little issue with the silly time. And then he was like, well, So they go through, they explain all this stuff. And here's where I say she done gave him an out. She goes, "I know, I'm hearing this and I'm seeing a pattern. So whenever you're trying to impress her, you freak out when it doesn't go the way that it's supposed to go. And then that's the reaction that you have because you're really trying to impress her." And he's like, "Yeah, that's exactly it." And I'm like, "Lies.
no, you're insecure. And you
Lies."
actually said it when you were there with her. You said your shirt was too tight, which is what we called last week.
We said your
Yo,
clothes too
we
tight.
said your
Damn
clothes
thing
was too
too.
tight. And you was like, we in this pandemic. I'm around here eating. She cooking every day. She come home and she is cooking and I am eating it all and
All
asking for
of it.
seconds. Right. You
Right.
knew what that
But
was. You
you keep saying you
insecure.
didn't gain that much weight, sir. Sir. You've been a gained that weight.
it
You ain't been no 3 weeks.
ain't
But
been no 3 weeks.
12 months in the making. Okay. 12 months in the making. You didn't gain that weight from the wedding to that day.
No.
That shirt
But
been too tight.
now
It
the
was
panorama started prior to that.
I've been decided to be an
Right.
entrepreneur. Be
Yeah.
honest about it, sir.
Well, yeah. Yeah, but the panorama started before the wedding. So I imagine he was eating prior to, the wedding,
I was slightly depressed.
probably.
So got a
'Cause-
little weight gain going. It's okay. But and I thought that was funny because she was like, maybe you should just ask her next time, well, what did you mean by that? I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. Then he
That's
was talking about
appreciated.
how the lessons, like he didn't know how to do the lesson. Well, I'm a better dancer for this. And what I just hear from Vincent all the times, he read it with an excuse on the tip of his tongue why he ain't gonna be,
yeah.
whatever. And so to me, that was just an out for her to say, you're just trying to impress her and this and that. And he's like, yeah, 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 yeah. And then Brianna like, listen, you ain't gotta impress me, just be yourself, boo. I like your quirks and whatnot, and you ain't gotta try so hard. And he like, oh, okay. I'm like, don't tell him that, girl.
No,
Don't keep
please,
trying hard, but
please.
just don't beat up on yourself when if it
Right.
doesn't. Now, don't keep trying hard. I believe in that. What y'all got to say about this?
I just felt like you said, he's always ready with an excuse. But I didn't like the fact that Viviana legitimized the excuse. She gave him the
And
out
now,
where he even had the opportunity to just explain to himself. I would have liked had she called him out and been like, well, now, this is really how this been going, so I'm gonna need you to help me understand why, so that
Mm-hmm.
we can explain it to her. But for
Right.
you to just offer that for him,
Mm-hmm.
come on now, let him talk. He grown.
Right.
a whole grown person.
Because what she did to me was do exactly what I feel like the women in his family been doing his whole life, is to excuse his behavior by it being something like, well, he was really trying really hard and he just gets frustrated, instead of just saying he don't know how to reconcile his feelings properly and he need to see somebody about it.
Yeah, I definitely do not want Brianna to become another enabler in his life, because that's what I
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
like he's surrounded by.
But
Like,
Yeah.
yes,
you
people.
also
Like
notice
reality
that
is that.
Brianna's not the same person she was at the beginning.
Nope.
No.
He
I
actually
feel
left
like
a
now
lot.
she's walking on eggshells when it comes to
She
him.
is. That's exactly what she's doing.
And I feel like he needs the eggshells in order to make him feel like a man. And I don't like it.
I
Yeah.
don't
But
like
none of them are. You
the
think about all them women. None of them are the same they were day one. Not
Mhm.
one of them.
All
I
of
think
them are
all
off.
of them. Yeah, I think all of them have lost a little bit of their voice. But she
Yeah.
definitely, compared to her personality when it first started to this
Hmm.
last episode,
Yeah.
you don't have to dim your light for nobody else to shine, baby.
Mm-mm.
Like, I'm like,
No.
either
no,
we gonna shine together.
but
I'm
we
gonna
not
push
doing
him
this
on
without.
to the other stratosphere so I can keep on glowing. Because what you're
Yeah.
not gonna do is stop all
Hmm.
this.
Yep. Let me tell you what's
Absolutely.
funny, because in my notes right here, that was the next question that I was going to ask y'all. Do you feel like she's dimming her light? So,
Yeah.
so yeah.
And I think that's not it, it's not just him, because again, when we first started the season, everybody kept saying she was bossy, her family, her
Yeah.
friend, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
so I think the other part of that is she's trying to kind of dial it back a little bit, not just to for that walking on their eggshells, but because everybody has been harping on this, you bossy, you bossy, you bossy, and they
Mm,
probably don't think that's gonna work. I remember how negative her mom was, when they
yeah.
all came together. And I think for the most part she wants this to work out. So she,
Yeah.
to have her mom be wrong too could probably be another factor in it.
I can see that. I can see that she may have she feels like one of those people that takes everything very personally. And she, if you tell her to be quiet, she's gonna be the best quiet she's going to be. Like, she's gonna perfect quiet. And that's the thing that I just wish that she doesn't, go all the way down to like silent in order to make him feel better about himself. So there's that.
Yeah.
Sick of. All right, so let me just pause and take a picture. Hey, me. Because that's how I feel right now. I need a before and after picture. Y'all gotta understand. We about to talk about Paige and Chris, so I need a before picture before I get hyped. And
Over it.
and now now we're gonna talk about this first visit with Paige and Chris. So Dr. Viviana is there. Paige asked Dr. Viviana to come talk to her and Chris because 2 days prior they talked about the reset button. However, she hadn't heard from Chris in those 2 days, and so they are trying to just pretty much navigate what the restart button looks like. Yeah, it was a bunch of bullshit with this, just to be honest. It was a lot of talking. Viviana's like, I don't really understand, Chris. I mean, you hot, then you cold, and then you telling her, you know, you don't want to be in a conversation, and then you talking about your, well, you know, hell yeah, I do want to be in this thing. You got somebody pregnant, and then even with him, he goes, well, I had all this going on, and what she said, oh, well, that's a lot for anybody. I'm like, you keep giving these men's outs. I said men's with an S. I did. You giving them outs, and the problem that I have with this is that when you start allowing them to have those moments, and I'm not saying that, you know, everybody's experience isn't valid, but sometimes you got to hold people's feet to exactly what they've been doing, and then come back later, and we can deal with the aftermath of once you sat in the feeling, and then we can deal with that, right? So, you know, Paige is like, this is not what I anticipated. Viviana's like, well, why stay? Why stay? And she's like, to be the woman God intended me to be.
I would just like to know what's the name of her God. Like, what's his name?
First of all, it's lowercase g, because I refuse to put an uppercase G in any of these words when she starts talking about God. Because I'm like, God, who was his last name?
What? Please tell me, because like
Is this God God? Is this like Jeffrey with a G? You know, Oliver Denton or something? Like, what's this? Ain't God, ma'am.
no, not at all. Like, I understand foundationally, you know, I
Mm-hmm.
understand that we were all, or most of us grew up in church.
Yeah, yeah.
I understand that foundationally that's what's in you. But being a person who grew up in church and who even as a child was looking around like, this don't make sense. How come you can do this, but I can't? Or
Right.
why you say this is not right, but when you think ain't nobody looking, that's what I be seeing you doing. So I
Mm-hmm.
was that
Mm-hmm.
kid. So we used to, if the church was open, we was there. So
Right.
when I got old enough, I was like, yeah, no, I'm just not gonna do that.
Yeah.
And so I had to learn to go back to spirituality because
Mm-hmm.
religion just wasn't clicking for me.
Yeah.
So I understand, you know, I'm a person, I believe in studying different cultures. I believe in studying different spiritual practices. I believe in that
Yeah.
because at the base of it all, it's about your heart. It's about your
Right.
understanding. So for her to be so ingrained in, well, it's God, 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 God. God is just.
Mm-hmm.
And God, you know, we do have this whole thing called autonomy now because we can choose which path we gonna go in, and we can consult with God about it. But at the end of the day, when we get through with that consultation with Him, He gonna let you do what you gonna do.
You right.
I'm gonna need you to stop putting Him in the middle of that mess.
She needs
Right.
to do a lot of unlearning
Mm-hmm.
what she was told was the right way to do things.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
she's at that age. I feel like she's old enough, but then you just don't know what she's been exposed to. She's at that age where personal experience and observation and just your own looking around and paying attention and researching should have taught you by now the difference between God giving you something and him. I'ma just,
Allow
not,
you to experience.
yeah, like, come on, baby. Like,
But
please, like,
I think a
understand.
lot of times it's a thing of knowing that no answer is your answer as well.
Right.
If you didn't hear from God, then that your answer was no.
If you're right, if you done prayed about it and you still got dead silence, that ain't it, baby.
If it's, I don't know. And that's why I say I wish that I could really get to know a little bit more about Paige's background, but I feel like she's so, like, she's Christian to a fault. You know,
Yeah.
she's more interested in doctrine than she is in the spirituality. She is very religious. Let me say it like that. She's very religious and not very much spiritual. So I don't feel like she's as spiritually connected as she is one of those people that just go to church every week.
Yeah, she knows the word. She
Yeah,
knows,
but she don't apply it well.
yeah.
Um, the other thing that Viviana asked her, "Do you know what you want?" She said, "I just want a normal phone call, like at least once a day." Like she was talking real basic stuff. Viviana was like, "What do you want from Paige?" And he was like, "Well, I don't want to be forced into phone calls and stuff." I'm like, "Baby, that was your answer right there." He said he don't want to be a part. He don't want to do any of that. Um, Let me see. Is it echoing now? No, we good. So then she was like, "But this is the least forced situation that I've seen. If you can't even do a little bit of that, then, just go ahead and have a different conversation." And he was like, "Well,
Right.
I want to make sure my heart is 100% into it." And she was like, "So the thing you got to start thinking about is, sometimes you got to change your perspective of things, you know, um, and so even Paige is like, all this is bullshit. I feel like I'm back in grade school. I ain't never had to force nobody to call me." And I think that Paige is answering her own questions by
Right.
Yes, she is. She is.
you get what I'm saying? So like
Yeah.
telling y'all, I'm frustrated with Paige. I'm not mad at her. I'm frustrated. And I'm more frustrated with her upbringing than I am with her because she is 26. I'm
Yeah.
lean on the age thing for a minute. And life experience is one thing, but she very much is one of those people that seeks guidance. And so I believe what these people say. And I believe when he says this, he really means it. But what she's not seeing is he is a manipulator. That's what he
He
does.
is very manipulative.
But
And
he has
abusive.
said on that, he has said so many times, he has told you in his own way he don't
Hmm.
want you.
He don't
You're
want you.
just not listening to
Yep.
it.
But
That's
you
why
got
I
to
say
remember, she coming from a background. I believe she comes from one of those backgrounds where divorce isn't an option.
right.
So you
Yeah,
just
I
keep
can
pushing
see
and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. Regardless, divorce isn't an
Mm-mm.
option. When you get married, you get married for life. Blah blah blah. And they forget to leave out, except for when the vows are broken. And vows being broken ain't just infidelity. It's also feeling unsafe and also being, uh, you know, abused and verbally. It's also being,
mentally.
having your self esteem
Manipulated.
Yeah.
because someone is being manipulative. It's so many other things that when you're talking about it. I love it. So Steve Harvey said this real good one time, and he was talking about one of the marriages one of his failed marriages, and the pastor told him, "Well, marriage is supposed to be to death do us part." And he said, "Well, I feel dead." And he, because they were in marriage counseling, and he was talking about how he was ready to be done with that marriage because he was like, "I feel dead," you know, and
Somebody said,
I'm like,
eulogize me.
please, please put me out of my misery. And I think that's what people have to understand, that we take it so literally when they say to death do us part. But I really do believe, to death do us part most of the time means until this relationship dies
Or
and we
Yeah.
until
can
your
resuscitate
like,
it.
or until your spirit is so broken that there is no recovery until you are
Right.
relieved of being in the
Yes.
same space with this person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because we need to look at it in other ways. We always think about, physical death, but what's worse is feeling dead on the inside. You got all this living to do,
Yeah.
you know, and that's worse than anything. So, um, anyway, she asked him what was he comfortable with, and this is what you mean: going out, going to the movies, hanging out, blah blah. That's more than a phone call, bro.
All I want you to do is pick up the phone and say,
He
"Hey,
Yeah,
wants
but
to
now you want to go to
control.
the movies and all
out
this
to
stuff.
eat
He
and
wants to
bowling."
control the narrative. That's why he
That,
keeps. We can do this, but I don't want to do that.
but I
And
won't
let
do
me say
that.
this. And let me say this. I bet if she had said, "I want to go out to eat," and all that, he would have said the exact opposite of what
He would.
she was
He
saying.
don't want to do nothing that she want to do.
No.
It
Exactly.
is
That's
not
what
his
I was
idea.
thinking because I was like,
Mhm.
okay, she started off with just saying, since we're doing friendship, just do this one thing. Everything that he presented was, we finna go out because we're a couple and I want to show you a good time. I want us to spend time together.
Mhm.
But you ain't called me in 2 days. So
He wants some
Yeah, he
arm
want
how
candy.
to
that's gonna happen?
just chill.
He don't care about her having a good time. He wants some
No.
arm candy. Get
No.
I just
dressed
Yeah.
really
up.
feel like he wants to do he wants to be physical.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm with you, if I'm in your presence because I know that's how you built, You want to please me. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put you in a position where I can be pleased. And then I'm going to go ahead and do what I'm going to do until I'm ready to come back for more.
Yeah.
That's how I
Yeah.
feel.
He's
And you
setting himself up to have 2 families. That's what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
no, that's how I start.
That's how it started. I'm telling you, I don't know. I ain't never been in one of those, but I just feel like this is what he's setting up. He's trying to see what her limits are so that he knows that he can have his cake and eat
And
it.
eat it
So
too.
you got this family over here, you got this family over here. And I mean, if you want to have sister wives, just say that.
They have a whole show for
They
it,
got a whole
actually.
show, but also make sure that she want to be a sister wife before you start doing that. And so that's the thing. So we'll go on over here to and that was just briefly because we're gonna do this quick. Bree and
Mhm.
Vincent were playing a little game. Dr. Viv sent for them. I thought that was cute. They were
It
asking
was
questions
cute.
of each other. I feel like they're really trying to put their 100% in when Vinny clothes ain't too tight. And so we can go on.
Right. See, you saw he had sweatpants on, he had a t-shirt on that fit.
Baby, and
It
that,
worked.
Relaxed.
listen, did they go out to Express for Men and get him something that day?
That
You
baby
go
need
to
D and G. I done
XXL,
told
baby.
you
It's
D
okay.
and G. D
Go
and
to the
G.
go to the big and tall because it's okay that you got a little bit of
Mm-hmm.
belly. It's all right. Dad body's in.
Okay.
Dad body's in. Jacob and Haley has a visit, and of course, this is another shit show.
Always.
Ain't it always? Ain't it
Oh,
always?
pretty much. This is my synopsis in like 3 seconds. Um, Haley keeps talking about what she's trying to do. Jacob had that look on his face, like, when the hell did this happen? And he's like, I don't feel like she's attracted. I mean, he's maintained. I don't feel like she's attracted to me,
And she
whatever.
ain't.
And instead of her just saying, I'm not attracted to him, she goes on this whole thing of, I'm really trying and he's not trying. And yeah, okay, girl, go on.
I believe she's a Karen. Like, this is the start of a Karenism type situation.
Yeah,
I just feel that way. I really
yeah,
do.
because it's just too much. Because okay, so and even though this was like her, they were talking about like how do we make our sex lives better? He was like, we could have it. Yeah.
We had it there one time and then, no
Yeah,
more.
right. So moving over here to Ryan and Clara, and they're still playing the games or whatever. And the question that he had, because these are the questions that Dr. Viviana gave, and he said, "How would you like for me to initiate?" And Clara was like, like, do it. Just. He's like, "Oh, go full in. Yeah, just do it. Okay, cool.
Let's not play. Let's just do the tip to see how it is. Let's go
Right.
on through. Yes.
Just do that." Yeah. And then she goes, how can we make our sex lives better? Clara was like, to like have sex. That would be a good one.
Mhm.
What tripped me out was the question, what's your favorite position? When he goes, that's aggressive. He acted like he was offended. He was clutching his pearls. That's offensive. And then this was it.
Just to hit the nail on the coffin.
This is what did it. Y'all just stick a fork in me. I'm done. He said, when asked, what's your favorite position? He said, normal, medium. I was like, you know what? Let me go through all my sex books. I have never seen
I ain't never seen that in the
normal
Kama
or
Sutra.
medium as a position. Um,
Did he mean missionary? Is that
He said,
what he meant?
he
missionary.
said, medium, normal. I was like,
he was
Did he mean Caucasian sex?
he said basic
Vanilla.
Caucasian sex, and I would have been down for it. I would have been here for that. I'm still gonna order that cup when I find it.
Woo! I want one too.
We're
Oh my God.
Basic
very
Caucasian
vanilla.
sex. Listen, he cannot answer.
the proper words to stuff. That's what
He could not answer this, and and we'll see it in their visit. What that conclusion was. Paige and Chris go to a point where they're writing out activities, so she's coming up with stuff to do every day of the week. So, something that he said that I was like, I didn't like. She said something about what kind of movies you like. You like action movies? He said, no, I like action, no movies. And I was like, see, you should have took your shoe and clocked his head
Booty
right
call.
there.
That's what he want.
He wants
Disrespect.
some booty.
disrespectful, and she just kind of she kind of shrugs it off. Let me tell you something also, y'all, because I be going up. I got several soapboxes over here. Like I just tell you, I just stand on one, just toss the other one. I remember a friend of mine said, when you want the men folk to stop playing with you, like even on social media, stop laughing stuff off. Stop LOLing it. Stop, boy, quit playing, and just go ahead and hit the nail on the head. Like, look, cut that out. I don't want it. I don't like it. Blah blah blah. Because
Pineapples.
doesn't necessarily. She's in that playful, dismissive, like he just playing, and she's annoyed by. She's clearly annoyed by when he says stuff like,
Clear.
and she's not speaking up. He's going to continue to do that, and I want him. I just want her to stop allowing him to do that. Then he's
I
talking
need
about card games. I'm like, what? What you a gambler? What's going on here?
I
I
need
want
her
to
to
add
cuss
this.
him out.
I want to add this to the situation.
Yes.
Mercedes is the real wife. Paige is the side chick. I don't give
Absolutely.
what
And
nobody else say.
That's the problem. And
Because
that's
that's why
he
he's
holds
treating her
her.
like.
He holds that in that. He holds her in that regard, and he treats Paige like she's the side chick. So he gives her whatever. He gives her the crumbs and the fried chicken, and we'll get to that later. So anyway, they talk about Bible study, and of course, you know, she gets this weird twinkle in her eye whenever you start talking about Bible study and stuff. It's like, what? I'm like, girl, cut it out. Stop it. Anyway, back to Jacob and Haley.
I
They
don't
talk
like
about the state of their marriage. And then Jacob was talking about the time when this is another one of those lies by omission, where
Mm.
Haley tells him that she's going to hang out with Paige and ends up spending the night.
Mm-hmm.
She says, "No, I told you. I told you I might be." Like, girl, you ain't said nothing. I'm pretty sure. And he kind of had that, you know what, whatever. You could tell he just kind of like whatever with that. Um, so Dr. Viviana's kind of pushing them, like, you know, I feel like y'all in the friend zone. And here comes what y'all ready for the waterworks. Everybody get y'all tissues out. Get your tissues out right now.
Let me fold it up like Candace
Fold it up
does
like that.
on.
Candace taught us well how
Yeah,
to fold tissue up.
she did. Hold on. Let me
Everybody
get this
get your
together
tissues out.
here.
Get the edge of your t-shirt, Tamika, or something. You got to get your tissue.
Come on, Tamika. You gotta get
Hold on.
your tissue
Get your
together, girl.
tissue.
Hold
Hold on.
on. I didn't do the
Ain't got no
triangle. Wait a
toilet.
minute.
Right.
Look,
Right.
y'all gonna have me
Anyway,
using my shirt.
she said,
We dab in the
are you
corner.
ready? Okay, in the corner. I connect so well to people. So
I don't know.
and I just don't know. I don't know. Is there a physical connection?
I told myself I wouldn't cry. I told myself I wouldn't cry.
I can't stand you.
Oh,
I think that he needs to stop bringing that up because he gives her an opening to play victim.
Yep. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if he just stopped like cold turkey,
Yeah.
then he will make her come to him because steadily, you know, trying to have these serious conversations, steadily saying, but you're not trying. Well, hell, you stop trying. And you do to her what she's doing to you. And I bet you her ass to come,
yeah.
what's going on?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Right.
How can I make it better?
Yeah,
Mhm.
buy her
They
ass an
never
off
take
the shoulder
what they
80s
dish out.
slouch sweatshirt, buy her some leg warmers and some leggings, get her some pink ass hair and some pink eyeshadow and tell her, you know what? I think you need a little 80s in your wardrobe. The same way that she doing him. Just throw the shit over at her. Don't even put it in a bag, just throw it at her. Be like, try that on. And watch, she'll like that. And so the thing with Dr. Viviana, she's telling them, look, y'all need to let's go to the bedroom. Let's go talk in the bedroom. Y'all not roommates. Why don't y'all begin with a kiss in the morning and a kiss at night? You know, is that too much for you? Can you do that? Her lying ass says, yeah, I can just, you know.
Lies. Because as soon as Viviana left, he was like, so.
Here go the line. Don't cross it. Don't touch me.
Baby, she had that shit tucked so tight around her and was like, we can't, not a kiss on a cheek, not a kiss on the
Nothing.
nose, forehead. I don't even
Yeah,
want
just
That might say, can we spoon? At least now, this is my side, this is your side. Stick to it. Do you want the TV on or do you want the lights off?
right.
What
You
you
is it
want?
cold? Is it hot? What you want? You want 69 degrees? You want 78 degrees? What you want? But right now, what you can't do is come on this side of the room. Like y'all might as well get two twin beds and call yourself Lucy and Daisy. Be done with it. I don't have time for that. But so we go to Virginia and Eric. The problem with Virginia and Eric is that they are afraid to really have a full-on argument, fight, disagreement, whatever, because in their words, they are trying not to basically take themselves out of the honeymoon period, which I'm like, let them cameras leave. But they discuss they discuss differences. They have difference of opinion in what's going on in the country, social issues. We're passionate about our views. He and my dad has the same views. And my thing is, and I tell y'all this all
AKA
the time, right?
Trump
Republican.
supporter.
Yeah, so we can see that. And the other thing is, the thing with Eric is that Eric is a chameleon. When people come in and he feels like there's a stronger person in the room, he dials it all the way back, and he's like, well, I don't want to argue with her. Not one time did we hear she's 8 years younger and we're married. We didn't hear that one time.
I'm so glad we've gotten past that.
Yeah, well, it'll be back. Well, I'm sure
I'm
it's gonna be
sure.
back.
I'm sure.
Then the other thing is that she says the one thing about kids, I always said, if my husband wanted kids, we can talk about it. And he was like, we can talk about it. She was like, I don't want to have kids. I'm like 30. I'm like, okay, cool. That's fair. And then he turns around, I'm not going to wait 10 years to have kids. I'm like, do you do math?
I got confused. I had to rewind it.
I was like, y'all are 10 years apart. Explain.
I did too.
First of all, she's 4 years to 30. So you wouldn't be 40.
He wants,
unless you lie about your age.
He wants somebody he's gonna be able to
manipulate.
This is your checklist. I got A, B, C, and then I got all these. What do they call Heather? You love them.
Bullet points.
Bullet points.
Not you love them.
He got that list. He done gave it to her, and every time she don't check something or cross something off on that list, he got a whole problem with her, and he gonna make sure she know it.
And I bet you he's the kind of guy that keeps receipts. Like how you talking about this checklist. I bet if they get mad and they have an argument, he gonna be like, at 9:42, you said this, and I wrote that, and this, and I bet he records conversations.
Probably does.
I think he does, and he bring it back and be like, well, you said on April 28th, 1975 that we was gonna have 3 kids in 6 months, and here it is. We ain't had no kids. And
but we got one little hellion running around. Now I don't know if I want to do this because this thing right here is a lot.
You broke your vows to me when you didn't have the amount of kids that you said you would have for me. He's one of those kind, and he's always there's never gonna be a point where he's satisfied. Nope. You get what I'm
saying? For some reason, while we were talking about this, I dream a genie popped in my head. And I think that he wants to be like a Major Nelson, where he has a genie and he can rub the lamp. He can rub the lamp, and then he comes out. She give him his wish, and then he can put her back in the bottle.
Put your ass back in that bottle, Genie.
Exactly.
Go to work.
So you want kids? Here you go. You want me to rub your feet when you get home? Here you go. It's like you want me to do exactly what you want me to do, when and how. And when you're done with me, you need to be able to put me back on the shelf.
He wants a caricature of a wife. He doesn't actually want a human wife. He wants a caricature. And she's not working right.
I got it. Y'all know I be coming up with stuff.
Okay.
Terry 2000. That's what he want. Y'all remember that movie Terry 2000, the robot girl?
No, I do. Okay. I do.
Y'all know how to watch.
I didn't watch that. But you know what I thought about?
They built a woman specifically for this man, and she was perfect. Everything he wanted her to be, and he had a total meltdown with Cherry ass got welt, and she started doing one of them convulsion type.
But you know what I think? I think he wants a Stepford wife. I literally think that's what he wants.
Yeah. He wants his mama.
Yeah, that's what he wants.
He wants his mama. He want that. I want to speak to the manager hair. He want that type of behavior. He wants to make sure that she do what I told you to do when I said I was going to do. You're going to be okay with this. I said you could have quit your job. Why don't you go and quit your job so you can wait on me hand and foot? Yeah. It's a lot of things that he is really trying to do. But Virginia is a force to be reckoned with. Because I tell you, I think Virginia is Sagittarius. So you ain't finna steamroll over that too quick.
You can see it in her face.
Yeah.
When she's like suppressing. When she
started
down,
let me see how I cannot cuss you out right now.
And then she started doing one of these numbers. Y'all know that.
But she starts getting nervous. She'll start getting nervous, and you'll see she'll start moving a little bit, and she starts laughing and talking, and she'll hear like, "Boy, I'm gonna snap on you real quick."
Exactly. Yeah. And I was noticing those quirks. I was like, "Oh, I do that when somebody gets
one of us."
I think she one of us. I would be surprised if she wasn't.
If she not her chart heavy.
I'm telling you, she got some heavy placements. She got some heavy placements.
Absolutely.
I'm like, baby, I see the me in the way that she handles situations. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and laugh right now to keep from cussing you out, but I'm gonna get you in a minute. So, like, I don't know.
These cameras leave.
Yeah. Yeah. I got these cameras. All right, we still on these visits, y'all. Okay, Ryan and Clara. Who? In a nutshell, we done figured out, and Dr. Viviana done figured out. We done all figured out. Ryan ain't never slid down the slippery slope that is actual losing of the virginity. Ryan just been playing around with the idea because he say a whole lot of words. Let me tell you,
Ryan been dry humping.
I think he been heavy petting. I think it's important to me to build a foundation not built on the physical. And that's what he had said. Dr. Viviana said, now how is that gonna work for her if she want to be physical? And he never did really get an answer to that. But after some picking and prodding and listening, and Paula Clara was like, we going, and then he's like, once the foundation is laid, we can move on. And the thing that she was asking, so when y'all hot and heavy, y'all getting it going, who usually puts a stop on things? And she was like, he does 100%. He puts a full stop on it. She's like, he full stops every time when it's really heavy. And he keeps talking about, I'm looking for a lifelong commitment and all this stuff. I'm like, boy, that's a lot of words to say you're a virgin. It's okay.
That's all you got to say is I ain't never smelled it. I ain't never touched it.
I don't like the way that he is toying with her mentally, because what's happening with her is that being that he's not being forthcoming about his sexual history is giving her doubt about their connection, because he seems to want her and things seem to be moving forwardly. And then all of a sudden it's like a full stop. And then he's like, let's think about it and let's talk about black men in America. And, like
motivational speech time.
Let's talk about where you're going to be spending your next tax dollars. Like, wait a minute, bro. Like, my shirt off. What's happening? Like,
let me tell you about this network marketing opportunity.
Right. Let me tell you about your expired car warranty. Like, wait. What's happening here?
I definitely could not be in her position. I understand celibacy. I understand abstinence. I've done both. But when I'm in a situation with a particular someone,
right,
we get to the point where it's finna go down. I wish you would.
Yeah.
I wish you would. Because you finna be. I don't mean to make light of the situation, and I don't mean to disrespect nobody.
She finna do it though.
Don't make me make you a part of the movement. Don't do it.
Did you say me too? Did you say me too?
I didn't. I said the movement.
I ain't gonna cut my camera off. I'm gonna just. I'll be back.
I mean, stop playing. What we doing? You are my husband. We grown.
Listen.
If you don't know how to do it, let me show you how.
And I think my biggest problem. So my biggest problem with people on this show is the idea of all of the, it takes me a minute to warm up to a person, you know, I don't fall so quickly. And I'm like, y'all act like y'all never seen this show. The expectation of this show is that everything moves at warp speed. And if you know it takes you 6 months to a year to be intimate with someone, this is not the sign.
Right. Why did you get married?
Yeah, you know, this is more so of those people that, you know, you just know when you know, you know, not necessarily saying that you just gonna, you know, hit everything that you touch or anything like that, but definitely knowing that an expectation of marriage is consummating the marriage.
That's what I was about very early on. Act like we don't know that we finna go ahead and get some happy slappy going on around the pot.
To me, that should be part of the conversation. Like, hey, how you doing? Listen, let me ask you something real quick.
How you like it? How
you find me as attractive as I find you? Because what I need to know is what our wedding night is going to look like. See, I think they need to have those real conversations. Yes, okay, we strangers, whatever. But like, it was whatever year that John, the one that's now engaged to Dr. Jessica, and he told the girl, I can't believe you have a problem with having sex with me. I'm your husband. You just said you had a one-night threesome.
And she wait a minute, a whole threesome? What season is on? Let me go watch that.
The girl that John was married to, and you know, John is now engaged to the first Dr. Jessica. That's who he's engaged to.
Oh, okay, y'all.
The girl that he was married to there would not even. She kept saying he was disgusting. She was repulsed. She's coming up with all kind of stuff. He was doing whatever he could. I think he had lost his job because of the show. You know, because he was going on the show, he had to lose. But anyway, she was going to work. He would be cooking for her. He would dress up, put on a suit. You know, taking care of, come in, like, listen, how was your day? He wasn't worried about money. He just did want to go back to work. But one of the things that he would, and I knew it was out of frustration. Yeah, he was wrong for it, but it was great TV. He was like, I can't believe I can't get any type of affection from someone who admittedly had a one-night stand with two guys. And I was just like,
but I'm okay with that. I'm okay. And like, it was inappropriate. Yes. I'm okay with that though. Cause at least he was honest. I'm having an issue with is you going to take her to the brink and you going to do everything but penetration.
Yeah.
And then you going to hop up like, I'm good. And you gonna leave her there hot and bothered. Now
she done got him out.
She gave him the sloppy toppy. He ain't got nothing.
She done got him out.
Look at
his beard. What does his beard tell you? What his beard tell you?
Listen, what's to do a man like that?
Y'all out there, don't listen to me right now. He ain't
like I can't stand him. I'm like, to me, I wish you would. Like, we gonna fight.
I'm telling you, he ain't got no full beard.
Right. Yeah.
He hasn't had a little
he ain't never had beard.
It's dry. He has no shine.
Yeah.
Lord. Okay.
Because what does the landing strip on his head tell? It tell you that he ain't never seen a landing strip nowhere else.
No way.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. So here's the other thing. Let me tell y'all again. She gave him an out. She gave him an out after she had the conversation with um Clara. She was talking about, Clara was like, look, I'm getting frustrated. I'm upset. I don't know what to do. What is we doing? What we doing is sex, but we just ain't having that like penetrative sex. We're not having actual intercourse, and I don't understand. So they get back together, and she's like, I want Clara to explain to you some things. She put Clara on the spot to talk about the emotional connection.
Yeah.
And then so Clara was like, I'm not sure if I can give him. Hold on, where's my tissue? I need a tissue again. I'm not sure if I can give him what he's looking for.
I don't think that Claire is one of those prissy little things. I think Claire
but
probably would.
because I can't make fears, so we're gonna do this.
Okay.
But her fear was that she cannot provide an emotional connection that he's looking for, and the problem is that he's putting too much. It's too much riding on him actually, having intercourse, penis and vagina sex. And I feel that.
Well, you know what? I will have to go on and give me a hall pass while you over here figuring out your feelings.
Until you figure this out.
Because what you not finna keep doing.
Let me say this. I think that what I believe is that Heather needs right. So Heather, this is what I need. We need to get you in touch with Married at First Sight.
Okay.
Because I feel like they can utilize your services. I ain't even talking about on the counseling. Right. I ain't even talking about on the counseling level though. I'm talking about, hey, bro. So I got this king over here that you could utilize in the process. Why he say you disgusting? I need you to go. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. And you gonna do what you need to do.
Are you open to a dildo?
I'm just saying. Even to spice some of these situations up. Because if he's having basic Caucasian sex, I feel like they need a swing or something. Yeah, I just can't. That might say medium.
To be an intimacy consultant on these shows.
The position straps, the lube with the
cards, so you can have some idea of what you might be doing. Let's do some writing prompts and let's get real dirty with it, because this cute little intercourse, sometimes you're gonna be like, girl, did he?
I just need somebody to send them damn dice. Can we do that first? Can we get
what?
The dice would be nice.
Where are my dice? Where my dice? I usually have them on my table right here, but my last few clients ain't been needing no dice.
I got my position cards handy.
Yeah, the position cards, the dice, all of that stuff. Or sometimes, even still, I even ask my clients, do you watch porn? Do you? Do y'all watch porn? Okay, if you watch porn,
it's free all over Al Gore's internet.
It is, but what I ask them, if you like to watch porn, which part of the porn do you really like, and which part of porn would you like to pretend like you are, engaging in, or just a little smidgen of it, so y'all can have.
They got all types, all races, shapes, and sizes.
Listen, let me tell you. Everybody pick up your mic.
They got little people. They got obese. They got BBW.
They got the old folk. I said, not Granny. Not Granny on here getting it.
Listen, they got the cam. They got the real deal. We got production skills. They
got virtual.
What you want?
Or you wear the VR thing.
Yep. What you want?
They got the cartoons.
And you can be like, you said auto-tune. What?
I said they got the cartoons.
They got cartoons.
If Betty Rubble does it for you, they have that.
We don't judge in these streets. We don't judge in these streets. We can tell you. Listen, I just found this book here.
That's tell y'all about this book.
See this?
I enjoy the strip club. I'm just gonna say that. I'm gonna keep it real. I enjoy it. I've gone to the strip club. It's fun.
Yeah.
I
have no problem with it.
I did it with my ex for his birthday. Got him
we go together.
Lap dance, and when
let's get these ones.
Or
Mine.
since we in the Rona, just hire a few to come to the house because it's probably dirty up in there. But I just
Right.
It already went clean.
just felt
Can't go to the paint.
in here.
Can't go to the paint.
I was like, oh no, we can't do
No, not at the paint. No, no.
Swab me right now because I just thought about it and I might be sick.
You said, I think I got the Rona. I think I have the Rona. I just left the paint. I just left the paint and the Rona is real. So,
no.
Okay, I'm back.
I'm just saying, like, my thing with her is you can leave them literature and really let them work on it. Cause like, look, okay, so I was telling you about this book right here. And it's called Kunyaza. Okay, so what this is like, this is about African culture and how they feel about female pleasure. And like in different cultures, even in the Muslim cultures, and like in different techniques to try and how to do it. 14 types of female orgasm, like it gets down to it.
Well, what about tantric? Since he wants this connection.
First of all, in order for him to do tantric, he gonna have to take his damn shirt off.
Yeah, he gonna have to do that.
I forget.
He gonna have to do that.
He over there covering his titties and nobody trying.
Covering his A cup.
Like this.
I cannot stand. You know what? Okay.
Now we got Tasha cut the camera off. What is going on? Are you crying for real food? Wait a minute.
Did you say the man was covering his titties? Okay.
That's what I'm like. Titties for your wife.
I really feel like this man shouldn't have signed up for this right here.
No, he should have signed up for therapy first. You not ready, boo. You not ready.
Went off the Richter scale.
Hold on, wait a minute. How about this comment? And then look at this comment right there, like.
When do you cut off your camera too?
Listen, look, y'all. Ryan is over here with his chemise on. He's trying not to show off too much. He trying to give him a little leg and take it back, and give him a little arm and take it back. I'm like, baby, cut it out. It's okay. But you need to have a honest conversation about your where you are as far as your virginity, because ain't nobody on this green grass on this earth, in the planet we call Earth, in whatever city we are in whatever zip code, in our house, believing that your favorite position is normal, medium, and whatever that is.
I would love
I'm telling you, basic Caucasian sex. I'm telling you,
even the Caucasians got something to say. They even got. I will send you a position according to your zodiac sign. Just
I wonder what his. You know what? You know what we should do? Since you're all about these birthdays and stuff.
You know what?
I think we need to find out when everybody was born.
Mm-hmm.
So we can get these zodiac signs, because I think it's some deep-rooted issues.
I need their whole natal chart. I need their entire natal chart, so I can know what their problem is.
I wonder if we can get in somebody's DMs and find out exactly when were you born.
I know what time.
What time?
Listen, now if y'all watching me right now, if y'all send me your
shameless plug.
Shoot me a DM and I'll tell you. I just need your birthday and time.
Sasha said, "Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, Miss Seeley. Don't do it."
And what if you say? Nice enough, I'll go ahead and do your easy tarot reading on you and pull a couple.
That girl said, "Sit there in that jail. They're about rotted to death."
Oh my goodness. Where's my fan? Anyway, we gotta finish this thing.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I can't.
okay. Have we got the Harold's yet? Have we got the Harold's chicken yet? We ain't got there yet. Oh God.
I hope y'all got y'all what you call them thing, your aspirators and your inhalers. We ain't finna do this on live. We can do that. Oh my goodness. Okay, look, we got a victim for the after show.
Oh God.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Let me go ahead and warm up my deck over here.
Right.
But
I'm gonna be shaving my legs while y'all having this conversation.
Y'all. Okay, so we are back to Haley. She goes, so here's what's funny. Viviana makes a U-turn. She's like, let me go on back here, talk to you real quick, Haley. You said that in your little whatever, you tend to pick apart a guy before you get to know them, blah blah blah. Yeah. And then here she goes again. I just want someone to compliment my life. And I'm like, girl, what life? What life? Haley, you said you went all the way to hell on the other side of the world and didn't even have a plan. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm gonna just keep moving because I can't. I can't with them. Virginia and Eric do 5-minute conversations. He said he been cheated on in every relationship. I was like, no shit. And she says she's scared to have kids because watching her parents going back and forth all these years, and she was like, I just don't want to bring no kids into this. And he was like, I think it's just my job to show her that this will never happen with our kids, and just really thank her for opening up. And I'm like, yeah, okay, all right, she gonna come up missing. But
saying Scott Peterson.
Listen, all day, every day.
Every day.
So I named this one Bible Study in a Benz because
wait till I swallow my liquor before you start with things, okay? I don't think I even looked at the thumbnail fully to see what the title was. I think I was like, oh God, this chicken.
First of all, the thumbnail says Chicken and Paige. And then I put in the bullet points today, Bible Study and a Benz, because this man came up with this chicken. He came with the crunchiest chicken so they could not have a conversation while he was biting it. That's why I put the big ass thing on the thumbnail, because he was all into that chicken. I ain't never seen him be 100% into anything like he was into that chicken. And then she was eating it. She done pulled pieces off with her face. I ain't never ate chicken. I hadn't eaten chicken since I was like 10, so I don't even know what it's like to bite into crunchy chicken. But it looked like they were not there for Bible study no more.
It's heavenly.
It is. It's really good. Harold's chicken is phenomenal. Let me just say that.
I'm from
Harold's chicken.
Chicken Shack on Stony Island, right there off 79th.
Okay, amen.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, indeed.
Right.
I'm just saying, I'm watering thinking about this chicken.
All right.
Praise.
Yeah, because he was in that chicken that cost
he was there
too. Because he was like hunched over and she talking and he like he ain't heard nothing. All he could hear was the little music playing in his head. You know, the happy music when you get some good food. Like you can't hear nothing because your little music.
You doing the happy days?
Yeah. That's all that was matter. Then what your man? You suggested this Bible study. You know, so what you got prepared for us, bro? First of all, you didn't pray over your own food. You were waiting on her to bless the food, Pastor. And then secondly, you ain't got nothing prepared. You couldn't even come off the cuff. You were preaching for how long? You from a preaching family? You couldn't come off the cuff.
I don't think he knew the scripture she was doing it.
She saw him reading. He was like, So I'm like, okay, you ain't never seen that one before. Okay. What version was that? It don't matter. It don't even matter. King James and them, it don't matter if it was the new one, if it was clear word. He ain't never read that scripture. Ever.
Mm,
Like,
period. In none of the versions.
and
I
looked at
just
her like,
don't understand how you suggest Bible study and she in charge of the Bible. Like, what? Where they do that at?
Because
yeah.
he knows she is all about the word. Because
Mm-hmm.
God ordained this. Because God told me.
Wait a minute.
Because God sent
What's
you
God last
to
name?
me.
What's God last name?
I'm just saying.
Was God
God
led?
McClain. Is that Guy McLean or who is it? Because I need
It's God
Let's
Jenkins.
say two
Here's
slow
God
pairs.
Jenkins.
That Jake
Listen,
right
the first.
Two
listen.
slow pairs. That's who that
This
is.
man is so manipulative. It don't
Yep.
even make sense. Like, you know how to get in where you can fit
Mm-hmm.
in, so
Mm-hmm.
you can ensure that that ass is still right there. It don't make
Right.
no sense. I love the Lord too. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? I do
Mm-hmm.
little Bible study. I read the word every Sunday morning. I'm doing my thing church wise.
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
Mm-hmm.
can't no Negro come in here and be like, let's have Bible study. I'm gonna bring the chicken, you bring the word. You
Right.
Right.
supposed to be you supposed to be my husband. According to the Bible,
You
you
supposed to
supposed to
be
be
You
the leader.
supposed to lead it.
right there.
Houseway, how does this work?
Don't work when you don't read the word.
Girl,
According
You
to
want
the
somebody to
Bible,
be submissive, but you don't want to lead
What
them.
exactly
period,
are
Pooh.
you submitting to though?
according to the Bible, this is the man, this is the woman, because I'm
Mm-hmm.
supporting you in what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Except for
the
when you get your
logic,
big head, then
you're
you
the
might
head.
you
So
need grace.
what we doing?
Child, he ain't doing nothing. But the thing that also rang out with me, so while they talking and everything, she done pulled out her good sorority Bible.
I
Baby, Delta Sigma Theta was all over
She
that
done
Bible
pulled out
cover, wasn't it?
the Bible. She was like, "Listen here, I do Bible study
Yeah,
with
the
the
Delta
Sama."
was trying
That's
to
what
baby,
she,
cover that
look,
up.
you
I
don't
was
She
like,
even
didn't know
have
you
to
was part
look
of the
for the
tribe.
scripture. She just
"Ma'am,
like flop. All right,
ma'am,
we
because
ready.
She
remember,
already knew what it was. Cause she do this. She ain't new to this. She true
right?
to this.
This
Okay.
is what she do. This is what she do. But what tripped me out is all the things he wanted to decide to say. He gonna say, "Love keeps no record of wrongdoing." I was like, a whole lie, a whole lie. Love does keep a record of wrongdoing.
It holds
But love
Love
accountability. It holds you
don't.
decides to
accountable.
love you in spite of all the bullshit. That's
That's
what
all. It
it
don't
does.
mean I ain't gonna call you on your
Right.
bullshit. It means
That's what it means. It means that I can see past all that and still see a future with you, or I can see past all that and help you come out of whatever. It don't mean I'm gonna forget.
oh, I'm not
It
gonna
mean I'm gonna
forget.
forgive.
And one day
And
Jesus
it
gonna have
don't
to
mean
help
I'm
me with
finna
that
leave
too.
you
Cause
what it is.
it don't look, try Jesus, don't try me. Cause I ain't gonna forget.
All
Okay.
I'm saying.
I'm
That's
gonna
why more
remember.
women
I'm be
now
like
with
I'm be
handgun
like Eric.
licenses.
But with the original head,
I'm be like Eric in 445.
hand.
Oh, right on 445, April the 15th. This what you said right here. This what you did right here.
Right, because I need to know. Like I keep telling folks, you have to keep a record just in case you have to go back to June 18th, 1864. So you
Mm-hmm.
never know. You just never know. But that's not how that works, sir. Anyway,
Mm-mm.
he then tells that after they done had good food, because he said, I was trying to feed you physically, and I just wanted you to, feed me spiritually. Shut up. But then he breaks out. Hey, by the way, I bought I bought my old lady a Benz because she having my baby.
Cause my queen and my prince or princess got to be able
Yeah.
to
So
ride in
you
the car.
court jester, you get nothing but chicken. So
Nothing but this Harold.
She the side chick.
You want me
all
to
this
be
glory.
okay
Yeah.
with
So
this
she
chicken.
he tells her what you think about that because I don't want her riding around. She hasn't had a car in years because she can't
She had a
she
bad accident or something.
bad accident, so she hadn't been able to drive. I'm like, so you gonna give her new cars for her to go ahead and crash? Anyway, I sent y'all
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
the thing where she
Yeah.
was like, make sure everybody got their life insurance. Thank you so much, Chris.
Uh-huh.
At first I was okay with Mercedes before today because here's my thing. If I'm not trying to have any real dealings with you and we having a baby together, out of respect for the wife you decide to take on, the first thing I'm gonna ask is, did you talk to your wife about this?
Yeah.
And then secondly, is she okay with this?
Right.
And if I can't get an answer from you, now you take your car back. You know what? I'll
Mhm.
figure it out. And you got
Right.
time because you got time from the time from conception until birth to figure out what kind of vehicle. Now, if I was the wife and I was in on the conversation, actually, I would if I let let me roll play for a minute. Let me be Paige for just a moment when he had said this. And I would say, what? Ain't no need for you to buy her a car. I wouldn't want her stressing out about driving. You know what? I think we should take her to her doctor's appointment.
Mhm.
Like, what's the next time that she going to the doctor? Let's all go. And then if he say, "Oh, ain't no need for you," okay, but when the next doctor? I just want to show. I just want to be there for y'all because I
I
want
just
to.
want to be supportive.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm
And
a
you know
bonus
what?
mom. I want to have a bonus.
All this maintenance, she don't need all that maintenance. Let's go on down here to Sunrise and get her a nice little gently used some another fund. You
Mhm.
don't want your baby mom to be in debt. Let's go ahead and get her something she can afford because you wouldn't want to have to put premium gas in there or diesel. Let's get her something that's she and the
Let
baby
me also
comfortable in.
let me also add that Mercedes has a great job. That Mercedes could have
Yeah,
paid for her own car.
right, right.
Period.
Like I said, you would have been in a Yugo.
She
It
could have
went
got
to
some
Yugo.
Nikes and some socks and a stroller.
Mm-hmm.
I
You know,
might have get I might have gotten you a $25 Uber card and Kroger to add to my points. I'm just saying.
that's it.
That's all, folks.
Nope.
What
We're
we
not
What
doing
doing?
that.
Mercedes
We're not
do?
doing it because if you want me to
She does
think,
something
if you want to,
media or something. Go ahead. Yeah, I think like at one point she had something in Atlanta she was doing some
yeah,
type of big media. Yeah,
yeah, she
she
was
had a
doing
good job.
really, really, really nice. So she
Yeah.
could easily afford her own thing, and I think that for you to go and then retrospectively say, "Well, I went on and bought her a car yesterday, this morning, last week." But you just said we getting back together, and you want to consider, starting over and doing all this stuff. So you make big decisions without me already. Okay, cool, cool. Tell you what, y'all have a nice life. Because even then, he telling you exactly how he think about you there. And what
Mhm.
my man said, hell, I'm your wife.
That's what I was like.
No, I need a Tesla. She gets a Benz. Give me a Tesla. Give me a
I would
Maserati.
like a
You
Jaguar.
hold a millionaire seminars. Go on and
Right. Right. How to become a millionaire?
Well, somebody got to pay for the car.
Go on by me. Like I
I
need
just
to
need a
trust.
good Maserati. No big deal.
Give me the first
Um,
truck, sir.
Mm-mm. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it.
not at all.
Listen, okay, so we almost done. We down to the
Almost.
last two scenes.
We
We can
almost.
call it quits. Here's the deal.
Mhm.
Haley reminds me of cardboard.
Damn it, we gotta talk
She
about
is cardboard. That's exactly what she is.
She's just like, I don't
Exactly
know.
what she is.
I want Jacob to understand, and maybe he did and does, that he just got a bad deal. This like I cannot with Haley. Haley loves first of all, y'all know how I feel about white women weaponizing tears anyway. She weaponizes tears and all emotion. She starts out with that, I thought we were working, and then you can see her welling up to that cry. She's heaving, trying to get the tears out. We ain't seen one tear fall yet. She just starts that, and then she goes, "I'm just so confused, not get." And all her friends keep coming on social media talking about how nice of a person she is. I'm like, but y'all, Friends, hello. Y'all ain't seen her in a relationship in 7 years. There's a reason why.
They know it. That's the thing. They told him. Like, yeah, girl. First of all, we were shocked that she was even here. They said that.
Yeah. But now they want to be on social media talking about y'all. She's just the nicest, kindest person. Could be as a friend, but she
could
ain't
be not.
She a whole ass lie.
I'm like, y'all, she's just a good point person when you getting married to tell her go pick up your dress and stuff. That's what it.
That little meme where dude like,
yeah,
that's my face every time she show up.
I just want y'all to know, as the resident fat girl, I'm now thinking about Harris Chicken. Forget Haley.
Right.
What she say? House for the win.
She says she is nice as a single person. Yeah, she don't do well with people. She keeps talking about she connect well to people. I'm like, the people, the little imaginary people in your head and folks on Netflix
don't count. Don't
real.
Yeah.
The imaginary friend you grew up with, it does not count.
Yeah, I don't know. She's talking about she's really good at this and emotional connection. I'm like, Haley strikes me as somebody. She was the one relationship she was in, the 5-year relationship. Again, we talked about
that. You got in when you was in high school, girl.
Don't even count for relationships. And nope. Okay. And then so we end this episode with Virginia and Eric. Virginia got on that nice 1980s Dallas satin chemise with them old ass petals that she'd have found from somewhere, threw them across the bed.
Baby, Dollar Tree, girl.
Dime and got a couple of little fruits and
some M&Ms.
Just that's what we doing. We out here. She done fed him, and he talking about he would like this a couple of times a week. I'm like, Eric, you can't even keep up with a couple times a week. Let me tell you something right now, Eric.
That man said every other day, girl. Don't play. He said he wants every other day.
I'm telling you, that's why he fly planes, so he won't have to deal with her all the time. So anyway, he ain't gonna be able to keep up with that. He keeps talking about all the stuff he want. They done kiss, and they was like, "Oh, we gonna shut the door." I was like, "Ain't nothing about that kiss that said that was like passionate, and it was like headed up to something, but it was cute." And
it might have headed up to something. They probably had basic Caucasian sex. That's probably what happened. Yeah. Look,
I'm trying to think. Does Eric have even basic Caucasian sex?
Let me say this, because in Vegas that nigga was lit. Listen. He got it in.
Let me tell you. Not Haley. Virginia done showed him something. First of all, Virginia turned him out.
Absolutely. Because he was lit. So they did the do. I don't care what nobody say. If anybody did it, it was Eric and Virginia. Understand me.
Virginia introduced him to the gooch that weekend. So that's what happened. He didn't know what it was. He was like, "Oh, wait, I like that."
Because when I tell you that man was lit, everything went. They could have had threesomes. They could have had an orgy. Eric would have gone. Listen, he would have been going.
Let's get it going.
I think he might have introduced him to his prostate that weekend.
I'm telling you.
I'm not even playing.
I'm telling you. He talking about he wants the two every other day. Sir, hard checked.
If you want to sell some toys, call them. They ready.
I know, right?
Right. They
need that good old swing. You hear me?
Sniffed everything. They done edibled everything that whole weekend. They were not sober one day.
They probably tried meth. Look, it was all the popping.
He probably told him, "Listen, I'm gonna need y'all to not drug test me for the next 2 months." Okay, all right.
Listen, I don't need any surprise drug tests. How much money I need to slip you to skip me when my name come up on the list?
There's something in my system.
Something. Everything is in my system. Not something. Everything. I need about a month to clear this out. I need to get a green thing
like this.
Right.
Check off all the things that you've had. Yep.
I had it all.
twice. Okay. Yep.
I had crack. Although it's wet,
But
I
was
had it.
all of it. I'm telling. That's another reason why he keeps telling me. And I do love you, Virginia. I'm like, really?
Do you really?
Do you love her? Or do you love it?
I love that thing she put on him.
See, what he was having was basic Caucasian sex at
But
first.
I
now
was about to say he didn't have no basic Caucasian sex that
There was
week.
nothing basic about that.
Chandelier swinging sex. That's what he had.
He
Introduce him to the dungeon, baby.
wasn't. Yes, Mistress Virginia. Let's do this. But it was. That's what had happened. Anyway, y'all, we done made it to the end of this episode. How y'all felt about it? Y'all know. In fact, okay, there we go. And I'm not sure how many episodes are in this season, but if
I feel like 54.
girl, we
a
on
lot of
episode 10. But here's
Did
what's
you say 54?
we just on week 3.
we on they 24 days in.
Girl,
And it seems like they're going day by day. So yeah, I think 54
like
episodes is fair.
And then they're 2 hours long.
Listen,
like 54 episodes. You know.
They giving us everything but the kitchen sink, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna get that in a minute.
Yeah,
we are. We are.
Anyway, yeah, so that's where we are. Y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and paste this. If y'all want to join us in the after party real quick, it's gonna be really quick because I gotta get up in the morning. Y'all know I'm not good with
I
it.
too. I got to be to my stylist at 7 a.m. So yeah, it's gonna be real quick.
7:30. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do your natal chart real quick. And I'm gonna put the link in the comments section. So if y'all want to join, and we'll talk about your natal chart real quick. That's cool. But ladies, is there anything else y'all like to add? I keep forgetting my thank you page, but anyway, whatever.
Oh, you have a thank you page?
I do have a thank you page, but I forgot to add it.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
I'm
sorry.
Journey.
Thank you for coming out. Good night.
Right. Wait a minute, did you just turn into to the people?
I'm just saying.
Anything else y'all want to add? Seriously, anything else?
No, this is about to be a whole shit show though on this next episode.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be right there. It's like a catastrophe. I can't look away from.
You can't help.
I literally can't look away from it because it's awful.
That terrible. It's that terrible. Yeah, because
so
there'll
awful.
be this next episode coming up. There'll be 1 month in. So we'll see, what everybody's doing there, how they're gonna handle that and all that. So yeah, we'll do another review. Anyway, thank you ladies for joining me tonight. Thank you everybody in YouTube and Facebook land for watching the review crew. We done lost our minds. We hot, we probably have drunk, and these episodes on.
This brown bag on.
But anyway, thank y'all for joining us. The next episode of the next episode of the review crew.
What was in your cup tonight?
Mind your business. Y'all be sure to like and share this video. Also go to the YouTube page and subscribe. The review crew will be back Monday to review this is
reunion show.
This is the reunion show. So Bell Collective comes on tonight. We're going to review the first part of the reunion show. And then Wednesday, we'll do Love and Marriage Huntsville. So you'll see us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We'll be reviewing until these shows go off. I can't wait to take a break. I don't know about I'm ready for about a 2-month break. But yeah, anything else? All hearts clear, all minds clear?
Amen.
All right, amen. Well, y'all, thank you for joining my Bible study this evening. Hope y'all got some chicken. Get your little coleslaw on out the door. All right, y'all. Y'all be safe out there. Go to that StreamYard link. Join us in the after party. We'll be on for about 25-30 minutes because we all got to get up early in the morning. But anyway, joining us. And we will see y'all next time. Everybody say bye.
Bye.